Hi, this is Jennifer Kasey Medlin. This is my final project on the smartboard technology. The origin of the smartboard goes that in 1986, David Martin and Nancy Knowlton began to work to establish their company, SMART, or SMART. The Smart Company was originally an overhead projector company, but they used the sales revenue of the overhead projectors to research and develop the smartboard. The smartboard was quite the innovation. It was the first interactive whiteboard to combine touch control with the ability to write directly onto the panel. In 1992, Smart combined with Intel, making possible the development of the smartboard we know and love today. But what is the smartboard of today? Well, the smartboard we know combines the best of a lot of the chalkboard, the standby, go-to, front of the room. You need to know this information, so I'm writing it on this board. Concept of the chalkboard. It also combines the concept of an overhead projector. You can use blank sheets. Say you have a blank copy of a map, and you can use markers to label on that map and project it for the entire room. You can easily erase uh, with it more easy than a chalkboard. You can use transparencies of pictures for visual aids. Uh, the dry erase marker, a little bit more advantageous than the chalkboard. You have colors to choose from. It's cleaner, more efficient setup than the chalkboard. The smartboard combines all of these three technologies plus the advantages of working in the classroom with a laptop. Anything a teacher or instructor has on his or her laptop can be instantly displayed on the smartboard projection. Uh, any word processor, any video, any PowerPoint, anything that a teacher can have prepared for class on the laptop can be instantly accessed and projected onto the smartboard. The smartboard also combines the touch technology of the iPad, the Kindles, the iPod Touch, any touch controlled tablet. It is essentially a tablet on the wall for the classroom to all be able to sort of simultaneously use. Uh, all of these things combine into a central focal point of the room where every child can be immersed and interact with the smartboard. Flexibility is almost endless range of applications. It appeals to different types of learners. Visual learners can see the big, white, bright board with all of your pictures and videos and visual aids clearly demonstrated for them. It appeals to tactile learners because of its touch control. Students can really manipulate what they see on the board and truly make it its own and become one, if you will, with the smart board. Have real advantage for the tactile learner. It's also an advantage to the audio learner. Any videos, any audio aids, PowerPoints with pre-recorded scripts can easily be accessed through the smartboard. Its flexibility is a huge advantage. It's truly only limited by an instructor's knowledge of the technology and their own creativity. The touch control is a big advantage because students are familiar and comfortable with this touch control format. They have iPads, they have iPhones, they have iPod Touch, Kindles. This is a format they are comfortable with. They would do this for fun on their own time. So what that can equate to at is something that is not so much a tedious bit of work, but something that is fun, something that they would be inclined to participate in on their own. The increased interaction is a big advantage of smartboard games. You don't have to limit your students to just sterile black and white worksheets matching. Does this go with this and this go with this? This could be a more group, interactive, immersive activity where students learn more than they even realize because they are so intrigued by the game aspect of the activity. You have increased interaction with the smart board itself. Children do not generally interact with a chalkboard. They may write an answer on the chalkboard, but it doesn't interact with them. And this interaction creates sort of a sense of a sense of ownership with the smart board. They feel that it's kind of theirs, and that makes them have an invested interest in what the smart board is going to tell them and what it has for them. It's like playing with a new toy of theirs. It's something that they're going to be interested. The class would also have increased interaction with the individual classmates together with the games, with being able to do group activity with the smart board. You can ultimately more better achieve a sense of camaraderie in the classroom. Now there are a number of classroom applications, but for the sake of time, I will only be going over two in this presentation. The Bridget software is a free app that allows teachers to connect smartboard lessons to any other device via an internet connection. Once the device is connected, the student can watch the smartboard lesson and then be given the ability to take remote control of the smartboard. If a teacher writes on her screen, such as an iPad she can use her finger, write what's 4 plus 4, electronically give control to student A. Well, now student A has control of the smartboard, and every student can see his or her answer. So when she uses her finger to put 8 on the board, the rest of the class can see it, the teacher can see it, and then take back control of the smartboard. It is quite literally the technological revolution's equivalent of writing your answer on the chalkboard. The Smart Recorder is a system that records any smartboard lesson with the audio. These lessons can be saved, uploaded to the internet for immediate student reference. Any student that has missed class for any reason can instantly refer back to that lesson, or any student that wants to review for study guides, all at the click of a button, instantly accessible. The Bridget software and the Smart Recorder are especially useful for snow days and inclement weather. If a classroom or school is shut down for the day because of snow, a teacher can still put a lesson on the internet or can do a live feed with the Bridget software and still be able to have class. For student illness, if a child misses a day, they can look at their uploaded lesson. If for some more long-term sickness, maybe a week or two, the student can do distant learning online, not online, but Bridget software, a live stream, can review with the Smart Recorder and not fall miserably behind in their studies. It's also quite the advantage for a remote area that may be unable to get a teacher, a qualified instructor in their area. They can use the Bridget software and the Smart Recorder to receive the same education as other children in different areas of the world. The Fiction Circles lesson plan is a actual lesson plan that incorporates the smartboard. The point is to increase group interaction, to increase proficiency in grammar, punctuation, and spelling, also in content and word choice, and ultimately to show students the writing process from the blank piece of paper to the polished finished product. You would put them in groups of 4 or 5, give them 3/4 of an opening sentence. My example: Sally thought today would be just as boring as yesterday until she walked outside and saw. They would finish that sentence, then write another, and pass that piece of paper to the right, and then that student would write another line. This would go on for a prescribed amount of time until told to stop. Then the group would come up with a representative story for the group. Together as a group, edit it for grammar, spelling, and punctuation. Now for the smartboard, those representative stories would then be put on the smartboard, large projector format, where the students and teacher, as an entire classroom group, would edit for content, word choice. You can move words around on the smartboards. You can mark them out. You can underline them. You can circle them. You can really show the editing process and the nitty-grittiness of it to the entire class on a group basis. And here is a video better explaining that process.
My name is Diego Medina. I'm a 10th grade English teacher here at Bowie High School. What drew me to use the smartboard was how interactive it is, that I can become part of the lessons, and that I can actually make my students teachers. Well, I use the smartboard almost every day. I use it for a number of different activities. We pour with it, we highlight it, we do revision and editing with it. One of the things that the kids absolutely love to do with it is revising and editing, because we get to take things down with their hands, put things back up. They can really see how the sentences moves and changes with every decision that we make.
Thank you. There's my bibliography, followed by my reflective paper. Thank you. This has been Jennifer Kasey Medlin's final project on the smartboard technology.